The first time I saw the movie I was about 10 years old, and I didn't understand much of the plot, except that Broly was the baddest anime character I ever seen. And yes, I was one of those kids who laughed thinking that Broly was mad at Goku just because he cried near him. And I continued to believe it until one day, seeing an old video about it, by Totally Not Mark, I said to myself, but is it really possible that Broly is out of his mind for this so silly reason? I mean, we are talking about a multi-million-dollar animation studio, with writers who have been doing this for a lifetime. Is it really possible that they made such a crazy choice? Or are we the ones who didn't understand the film? And after a second more careful view, I can assure you that things are different and luckily they are much clearer. At least from what it seems by comparing the various YouTube videos on the subject. And so I made up my mind and made a video. And it went really bad. Really bad. And so here I am for the second time talking about the movie. And I also had a discussion with a guy. And remember guys that I am a man of my word. But sit back because I will dispel all the misunderstandings of the character. Like for example that he has PTSD, or that he hates Goku because he can't stand crybabies, or that Broly IQ is low. This time I will explain it step by step, dialogue by dialogue, scene by scene. So that the next time someone talks about the whole Broly, you can send them this video to make him understand that he has no fucking clue. But before starting to talk about the film, we need to make a premise that you have to listen to understand what we are talking about and which serves to clarify all the possible misunderstandings. So every time we analyze the character, we can't use all the notion we have today. And above all, we have to take in consideration that in 20 years, Dragon Ball has changed, and some key concepts of Toriyama's narration have been turned upside down. These two characters are not the same. These two characters are not the same. And also these two are not the same. Their cores have been changed, as they are no longer the same Saiyans. You will be surprised to know that if we compare Baby Goku with a xenomorph from Alien, the one who came out better for ferocity and danger would be the xenomorph. Until chapter 196 of the manga, the word Saiyan was unknown to all Dragon Ball fans. And the first time it was presented, the twist was staggering. Goku was sent to Earth to exterminate all the humans. And don't be misled by his cuteness. That thing is one of the most dangerous beings in the Dragon Ball universe. Goku was uncontrollable, and it wasn't the love of his grandfather or friend that made him change, but an headbutt against a boulder that caused him such a head trauma that he changed his behavior. Yes, the only character with PTSD is Goku. Goku and only Goku. When a Saiyan is sane, he is a killing machine. Here are some examples. As soon as Nappa and Vegeta land on the planet, Nappa blows up the entire city, killing all civilians.
私に挨拶してやろうかな。
加減しろよ。
During the battle against the Z-Warriors, Vegeta orders Nappa to stop because he wants to see their faces when they see their friends Goku die. And I have many other examples that I will show you later in the analysis. Saiyans are aliens. They are not just men with tails who transform into monkeys. And if we used parameters of terrestrial value, they are crazy violent and sadistic, and in many ways more similar to a herd of monkeys. And it is no coincidence that they transform into that. Frieza decides to kill them because they are a threat, because they are uncontrollable. And when he tells Goku that the Saiyans are worse than him, Goku doesn't contradict him. So, the Saiyans are negative character, and the only one of the race who is saved is Goku, since he literally has a PTSD, which makes him more polite. Now that you understand what the Saiyans were, let's move on to the title of the film. Goku, maybe you forgot it, is the legendary Super Saiyan, but unlike Broly, he has lost his heavy lessons. He literally says it when he transforms for the first time.
とっくにご存知なんだろう
俺は地球から貴様を倒すためにやってきたサイヤ人。穏やかな心を持ちながら激しい怒りによって目覚めた伝説の戦士。
So let's start right away with saying that the basic idea of the film is to compare Broly and Goku. Broly, in many ways, is an alternative version of Goku. In fact, do you know where Toriyama got his inspiration for those gigantic shoulders and those powerful arms? From the anime version of Goku Super Saiyan. Now that I have put the matter in focus, we can start the real analysis of the film. And I will show you how crystal and clear is the narration, to the point of seeming redundant to how many times the same concept are repeated. A spaceship lands on planet Earth. From the vessel, soldiers and a Saiyan named Paragas descend. Paragas wants Vegeta to become a king of a new empire, and to help him beat the legendary Super Saiyan. Vegeta, who loves attention and being treated as a king, accepts. Meanwhile, King Kai explained the situation to Goku and send him to investigate. Vegeta and the group of Z-Warriors arrive on the planet, and shortly after Goku reaches them. And here we have our first meeting between the two Super Saiyans of the legend. As soon as Broly sees Goku, he perceives in him a great strength, and automatically his Saiyan's blood boils in his vein. In a nutshell, he sees in Goku a possible rival to his strength. And the same thing does Goku, who is as much Saiyan as him. And I'm not making anything up. In fact, the meaning of this scene is explained by Paragas.
ブロリー、一体どうしたというんだ。まさかカカロット。ブロリーのサイヤ人としての本能がカカロットのパワーによって目覚めさせられ、コントロールの壁を乗り越え始めてしまったというのか。もしそうだとしたら、私のこれまでの苦労が。
And after these words, Paragas introduces the character of Broly. He clearly explained that as his strength increases, his tendency to the extraction also increases, exactly as the Saiyans do when they transform into apes.
ブロリーこそサイヤ人そのものだった。生まれついての桁外れの戦闘力は成長するに従って親の私が恐怖を感じるほど増大し凶暴化していった。
So, the more his ki increases, the more his destructive urge rises. Broly is not in anger, is not in fear. Broly quivers with the desire to fight against Goku, and his feelings are the same as in the previous scene. And finally, we have arrived at the key scene of the film that will build a linear narrative from here to the end.
パラガスのせがれに驚かされたな。生まれたばかりで戦闘力1万とは。
戦闘力がたった2のバータックのせがれがパラガスのせがれを泣かしたぞ。
戦闘力は低いがカカロットと名付けられたガキ、根性だけは大したもんだ。
The concept is very clear and is presented both through the video and through the voice of the two guards. Even if he has a low power level, Goku, metaphorically speaking, challenges Broly and has the upper hand, and the guards underline this. The scene has exactly the same theme as the first meeting. Between the two there is a dominance challenge, which is apparently unmotivated, but which in reality bases its foundation on the typical Saiyan instinct of wanting to be the strongest. It also serves to create a parallel between the two legendary Super Saiyans, underlining among other things a positive characteristic of our hero Goku, his strength of spirit and courage. Broly can't help himself and decides to attack Goku, and during the fight it is evident that he is excited.
カカロット、
気持ち悪い。やだおめえ。うわっ。
Paragas intervenes to avoid losing control of Broly, and the next day Vegeta gets fed up and finally decides to leave, after losing interest in finding the legendary Super Saiyan. But it is stopped by Goku, who explains that the legendary Super Saiyan is Broly. But like before, Broly sees Goku, get excited and decided to face him. Note how Vegeta, even transforming into the Super Saiyan, continues to refer to Broly calling him the legendary Super Saiyan, emphasizing again the difference between him and the two protagonists.
伝説のスーパーサイヤ人カカロット
As soon as Broly is transformed, he pronounces these words.
伝説のスーパーサイヤ人
カカロット、まずお前から血祭りにあげてやる。
The sacrifice is to his strength, and this sentence also underlines the true Saiyan nature of the character. The only thing that matters is his strength and nothing else. In the next scene, Vegeta is on his knees, and as a true Saiyan, he understands the superiority of the enemy.
殺されるみんな殺される奴は伝説のスーパーサイヤ人なんだ純粋なサイヤ人であるベジータお前だけが本能的にブロリーの強大さと極悪さをキャッチできたようだな。だがもう遅い。ブロリーが俺のコントロールから外れ伝説のサイヤ人になってしまった以上
It must be said that he, against Freezer, had the same reaction.
ベジータ。ベジータは生まれて初めて心の底から震え上がっている。真の恐怖を決定的な挫折。恐ろしさと絶望に涙すら流している。これも初めてのことじゃ。
Both in words and in a video, he underlines Goku's marble balls. Despite his inferiority, he engages against an enemy vastly superior in strength. As you can see, the narration is linear and the concepts repeat themselves continuously. And finally, Paragas, since he hadn't explained the plot to us in a while, tell us how Broly destructive violence arises from his nature of a perfect Saiyan.
から外れ伝説のサイヤ人になってしまった以上ブロリーと二人で全宇宙を支配しようとした俺の計画も何もかもおしまいだ。地球はもちろん宇宙を全て破壊しなければブロリーは収まらない。
Okay, so we get to the stabbing part. Paragas explained to Vegeta why he hates both him and his father. In a nutshell, the king understands that Broly is uncontrollable, even for him, and decided to get rid of him, together with his father.
Broly が将来お前の地位を脅かすに違いないと思い、お前の父は俺たち親子の抹殺を図った。俺たち親子はゴミのように捨てられた。だが俺たちは助かった。ブロリーの偉大な潜在パワーが死の淵から己の身を守ってくれたのだ。俺はそれ以来ベジータ、お前たち親子に復讐することだけを思って生きてきたのだ。
Now, the stab has two values: to underline the cruelty of the king's gesture, and as a premonition for the film's ending. Let's try to see the scene without the stab. It works the same, and do you know why? It's not the stab that wake up Broly, but the fucking explosion of the planet. Broly, with or without the stab, would have been a crazy maniac, like the other Saiyan are too. And he is more so because he is the legendary Super Saiyan. Not to mention that this detail is presented when Paragas talks about his anger toward Vegeta. The stab is never used as an excuse for Broly's behaviors. Not once does Paragas say that Broly is like this out of trauma, and the film never once creates a doubt about it. Now let's talk about Broly IQ. During the next battle, Broly, despite being at full strength, does not lose his mind, unlike the super version, but behaves the same way Vegeta did when he stopped Nappa. He is not happy in beating the opponent, but he wants to see his spirit broken.
惑星シャモから連れてこられた奴隷どもか。いつかは自分たちの惑星に帰りたいと星を眺めていたな。いつかは帰れるといいな。
シャモ星。
In the next scene, we see Goku running against Broly's energy balls, and this serves to underline once again what Goku represents.
ほらもタフだけど、あいつは桁違えだ。ほら、少しは手加減しろ。
手加減ってなんだ。
If it weren't clear yet, Goku is the hero who, despite all the difficulties, never give up until the evil is eradicated. And the evil in this film is Broly. Pure evil. If you are still thinking about the stab, here is another scene that will remove all doubt.
気が高まる。溢れる。
Paragas, during the film, has kindly explained to us many times that the destructive fury of his son grows as his strength increases. Simply this. Broly is bad to the core, exactly like all sane Saiyans are. But he is much more bad because guess who he is?
Now, say my name. You're goddamn right.
After Broly beats everyone, Paragas intelligently decides that it's time to leave. But here comes our Broly to kill our beloved narrator, underlining for the 1000th time the natural hatred toward the weakest by the Saiyans. Feeling that was shared from Nappa and Vegeta toward Raditz, and then Vegeta toward Nappa. Just watch Goku walk in straight line at Broly, and I guess I no longer have to tell you what that means. We have reached the end. Goku, after having absorbed all the energy from his companions, is about to inflict the final blow on Broly. But before doing so, he says these words.
雑魚のパワーをいくら吸収したとて、この俺を超えることはできぬ。
そうかな。やってみなきゃわかんねえ。
Once again, Goku underlines how his hardness and his courage are the basis of his strength. The flashback closes the narrative circle. The two legendary Saiyans, linked by fate, collided and Goku got the better by impaling Broly with a punch. Recalling the dagger scene, which I repeat serves to underline the evilness of King Vegeta and as a premonition for Broly. The good has won, and everyone lives happily ever after. The events are treated with a certain clarity, and some details are narrated in a silent way, which creates a dichotomy with the violence of the scenes and the characters, which I actually liked. The film has some problem, for example the ingenuity of Vegeta, who is ready to go after talking for 1 minute flat with an unknown guy. But the Broly character is certainly the most successful part of the film. A flat character, but still very captivating, who embodies the essence of the Saiyans race. Unfortunately, the type of narrative used in this film is a little out of focus, because in addition to requiring a certain knowledge of the world of Dragon Ball, in my opinion it is not suitable for a film with this type of target. Furthermore, all the various misunderstandings and the transformation of Dragon Ball over the years have done nothing but transform Broly to such an extent that Akira Toriyama himself has revisited him, making Broly more modern, positive and easy to understand. Okay, I hope I made you understand why Broly doesn't have any kind of PTSD, and the next time I hear the word PTSD near his name, I'll start having it. If you want me to analyze the new Broly movie, tell me, because I think I have a lot to say. Okay, bye.